Bali is a province of Indonesia and the westernmost of the Lesser Sunda Islands. East of Java and west of Lombok, the province includes the island of Bali and a few smaller neighboring islands, notably Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Senengan. The provincial capital, Denpasar, is the most populous city in the Lesser Sunda Islands and the second largest, after Makassar, in eastern Indonesia. The upland town of Ubud in Greater Denpasar is considered Bali's cultural center. Tourism-related business makes up 80% of its economy. The province is Indonesia's main tourist destination, with a significant rise in tourism since the 1980s. Bali was inhabited around 2000 BCE by Austronesian people who migrated originally from the island of Taiwan to Southeast Asia and Oceania through maritime Southeast Asia. Culturally and linguistically, the Balinese are closely related to the people of the Indonesian archipelago, Malaysia, the Philippines and Oceania. Stone tools dating from this time have been found near the village of Sekik in the island's west. In ancient Bali, 9 Hindu sects existed, namely Pasupada, Bhairava, Siwa Siddhanta, Vaishnava, Bodha, Brahma, Rezi, Sora and Ganapatya. Each sect revered a specific deity as its personal godhead. Geography. The island of Bali lies 3.2 kilometers, 2.0 miles, east of Java, and is approximately 8 degrees south of the equator. Bali and Java are separated by the Bali Strait. East to west, the island is approximately 153 kilometers, 95 miles, wide and spans approximately 112 kilometers, 70 miles, north to south. Administratively it covers 5,780 square kilometers, 2,230 square miles, or 5,577 square kilometers, 2,153 square miles, without Nusa Penida district, which comprises 3 small islands off the southeast coast of Bali. Its population density was roughly 747 people per square kilometer, 1,930 people per square mile, in 2020. In the 1970s, the Balinese economy was largely agriculture-based in terms of both output and employment. Tourism is now the largest single industry in terms of income, and as a result, Bali is one of Indonesia's wealthiest regions. In 2003, around 80% of Bali's economy was tourism-related. In 1963, the Bali Beach Hotel in Sanur was built by Sukarno and boosted tourism in Bali. Before the Bali Beach Hotel construction, there were only 3 significant tourist-class hotels on the island. The tourism industry is primarily focused in the south, while also significant in the other parts of the island. The main tourist locations are the town of Kuta, with its beach, and its outer suburbs of Legian and Seminayak, which were once independent townships. The east coast town of Sanur, once the only tourist hub, Ubud towards the center of the island, to the south of the Ngurah Rai International Airport. Jimbaran and the newer developments of Nusa Dua and Pekatu. A DNA study in 2005 by Karafet et al. Found that 12% of Balinese Y chromosomes are of likely Indian origin, while 84% are of likely Austronesian origin, and 2% of likely Melanesian origin. Demographics. Pre-modern Bali had 4 castes, as Jeff Lewis and Belinda Lewis state, but with a very strong tradition of communal decision-making and interdependence. The 4 castes have been classified as Sudra, Shudra, Vaishya, Vaishyas, Satriya, Kshatriyas, and Brahmana, Brahmin. About 86.91% of Bali's population adheres to Balinese Hinduism, formed as a combination of existing local beliefs and Hindu influences from mainland Southeast Asia and South Asia. Minority religions include Islam, 10.05%, Christianity, 2.35%, and Buddhism, 0.68%, as for 2018. The Bali tradition adopted the pre-existing animistic traditions of the indigenous people. This influence strengthened the belief that the gods and goddesses are present in all things. Every element of nature, therefore, possesses its power, which reflects the power of the gods. A rock, tree, dagger, or woven cloth is a potential home for spirits whose energy can be directed for good or evil. Balinese and Indonesian are the most widely spoken languages in Bali, and the vast majority of Balinese people are bilingual or trilingual. The most common spoken language around the tourist areas is Indonesian, as many people in the tourist sector are not solely Balinese, but migrants from Java, Lombok, Sumatra, and Indonesia, and other parts of Indonesia. Bali is renowned for its diverse and sophisticated art forms, such as painting, sculpture, woodcarving, handcrafts, and performing arts. Balinese cuisine is also distinctive. Balinese percussion orchestra music, known as gamelan, is highly developed and varied. Balinese performing arts often portray stories from Hindu epics such as the Ramayana but with heavy Balinese influence. Famous Balinese dances include pendit, legong, baris, topeng, barong, gong kibar, and kesik, the monkey dance. Bali boasts one of the most diverse and innovative performing arts cultures in the world. With paid performances at thousands of temple festivals, private ceremonies, or public shows. Kaya and Kelad are the Balinese equivalents of north and south, which refer to one's orientation between the island's largest mountain Gunung Agung, Kaya, and the sea, Kelad. In addition to spatial orientation, Kaya and Kelad have the connotation of good and evil. Gods and ancestors are believed to live on the mountain whereas demons live in the sea. Buildings such as temples and residential homes are spatially oriented by having the most sacred spaces closest to the mountain and the unclean places nearest to the sea. Tourism, Bali's chief industry, has provided the island with a foreign audience that is eager to pay for entertainment, thus creating new performance opportunities and more demand for performers. The impact of tourism is controversial since before it became integrated into the economy. The Balinese performing arts did not exist as a capitalist venture, and were not performed for entertainment outside of their respective ritual context. Throughout the year, there are many festivals celebrated locally or island-wide according to the traditional calendars. The Hindu New Year, Nippi, is celebrated in the spring by a day of silence. On this day everyone stays at home and tourists are encouraged, or required, to remain in their hotels. On the day before New Year, large and colorful sculptures of Ogo-Ogo monsters are paraded and burned in the evening to drive away evil spirits. Other festivals throughout the year are specified by the Balinese Pawakan calendrical system. Celebrations are held for many occasions such as a tooth filing, coming-of-age ritual, cremation or Odalan, temple festival. One of the most important concepts that Balinese ceremonies have in common is that of Desa Kala Patra, which refers to how ritual performances must be appropriate in both the specific and general social context. Many ceremonial art forms such as wayang kulit and topeng are highly improvisatory, providing flexibility for the performer to adapt the performance to the current situation. Many celebrations call for a loud, boisterous atmosphere with much activity, and the resulting aesthetic, ramai, is distinctively Balinese. Balinese society continues to revolve around each family's ancestral village, to which the cycle of life and religion is closely tied. Coercive aspects of traditional society, such as customary law sanctions imposed by traditional authorities such as village councils, including kasepakong, or shunning, have risen in importance as a consequence of the democratization and decentralization of Indonesia since 1998. Other than Balinese sacred rituals and festivals, The government presents Bali Arts Festival to showcase Bali's performing arts and various artworks produced by the local talents that they have. It is held once a year, from the second week of June until the end of July. Southeast Asia's biggest annual festival of words and ideas, Ubud Writers and Readers Festival, is held at Ubud in October, which is participated by the world's most celebrated writers, artists, thinkers, and performers.